All right, hey guys, Jason here. We are back and we are getting ready to head out and hunt. Actually, got the truck parked, bike off, but we're going to talk about how I set my bike up here for tree stand, for deer hunting, what we're doing here for deer hunting, because it's a little different than pig hunting where all you're doing is throwing a little backpack in the back end and throwing your bow on there. You got to stand and sticks to contend with. And bike-wise, I'm learning stuff as well as I'm going along with it. Like, for example, this side rusher, I like this bike a lot being full suspension, but I'm not going to lie, with all the added weight, when you're carrying tree stand stuff, I'd rather actually not have a full suspension bike. I'd rather it be a hardtail. Gets a little wallowy back there. Feels a little wallowy. I could probably up the air poundage in there, but I tried to get my wife to let me take her Magicycle Ocelot Pro, which is actually my favorite bike like this, but she won't let me touch it. She's like, nope, that's mine. You stay away from it. You keep your dirty paws off of it. So, and again, I'm not knocking the side rusher. I love this bike. Absolutely love this bike. But I do think I personally, again, having 4 different e-bikes, I think my wife has the best one for this stuff, even though she doesn't use it for this. But I really am a huge fan of that Magicycle Ocelot hardtail with the 52 volt. The bike's just a beast. This one here, very, very good too. And I do like the full suspension. Probably just need to put some more air in it. I wish they had a lockout, but all this extra mechanicals in here, all these extra mechanical parts and things, they give a little wallow when you got all this weight on here. So again, I'd rather actually have a hardtail personally, like that Magicycle. But I don't want to, I'm not knocking this bike. This bike's amazing. However, that said, here's our setup, regardless of what bike you have. We have our standard oversized milk crate on here. Legit milk crate, oversized. We just got it strapped and connected like that with some oversized zip ties to the actual basket on all sides. Simple. Just like that. Nothing crazy. Just strapped on. Some pipe cleaners on here in case I want to set things across the top of it so I don't have to worry about scratching up my bow or anything. These are just little clamps. Okay, little simple clamps like this type of a clamp right here, these little clamps. And I put a piece of wash machine tube, I slit it, and then just split, I put a cut in one half of it, folded it, and put it on there. And those act as my grippers for my bow. That bow does not move. One simple bungee strap across there holds it. It is far enough over to the side that I can still ride, not be an issue. And it is up there safe and protected, and it is going fore aft on the bike. Forward and backward on the bike, so it's not snagging on anything, as you can see. Very simple, very functional, works like a champ. This is all my toolkit as far as spare tubes, bike tool, wrenches, tools like that I need, spare batteries for that extra headlamp. The stuff I need is in here. Then we have another one of those on the back, right back here. This is just a bunch more, real lightweight, but it's just a bunch of extra bungees and tie downs and actual tie down straps like these, things that if I need them, they're in there, and I have them. That sit in there. And then what we did for the stand was kind of the issue here. We just set my my backpack right in the milk crate, extra water in there. But we just set that right in here. Here's where a boned out deer will go. Also will go in this backpack, in this actual frame. And then this will just ride right on top of that, like that. Once I have that boned out deer tucked down in there. That is the plan here for this. And but right now we just set that in there. For the stand, all I've done for the stand is 2 things that's really simple. Again, I got these clamps right here that I just clipped right on the edge of the milk crate. The stand is hanging on those 2 clamps right on the side, hanging on them. One bungee cord going around it to kind of keep it from flopping. So look at that, stable. It doesn't move or make any noise. I also added one of these right here, goes around the frame into that milk crate, and all it's doing is supporting some more of the weight, so all the weight is not just hanging on these 2 clamps. Not that I think it mattered or anything like that, but I just figured I have these, so that one clamp right here is actually load-bearing, kind of supporting the weight of this stand up enough to take some of the weight off of these clamps so that it's not all riding on those clamps for bumps and stuff like that. But sweet, simple, and easy functional. Nothing crazy, nothing out of line, nothing hard to deal with. Everything is tucked back out of the way and gives me plenty of room to ride and a nice tight profile to get through things and not have any issues. And I noticed my bow is kind of tipped that way. I could swing it in. I could do a lot of different things here if I needed to, but this works. I don't have any problems with how this is set up on here. And I got plenty of room on the actual bike. So this will let me do it all, and it makes it a pack mule. And by keeping the stand down there on the side rather than up here, it kind of keeps everything from being too top heavy. Do I feel a little more weight on this side with that stand and sticks hanging off here? I do. Yes, I do. You can feel it a little bit, but I like it better than being up high on top and then my pack riding on top of that. It gets too top heavy. That's the beauty of 20-inch tires. 20-inch wheels on these bikes, these mule type workhorse bikes, your center of gravity is lower and it's a lot easier to ride. Had these been 24-inch wheels, these are up a lot higher. 26-inch wheels are up a lot higher. So this is a beautiful kind of a combo workhorse type setup. And that is how we're running it. That is what we're doing with it. Sweet, simple, and easy. And realistically, when you think about the cost factor in this, I got $18 for an oversized milk crate and $3 and some clamps. That's what's in this. I mean, that's it. Like I said, one of these on each end right here, just as a hook, as a wall, a shelf to hang that right on. And two more of them right here as a bowl holder setup. So that's it, sweet and perfect. Now, on my last bike, my Fido, I also had to, on the front rack, I had to cross ones here to put a bow across here. That might work for you compound guys, but it doesn't work for us traditional guys. Our bows are way too wide, you know, to have a 6-foot or a 5-foot across bow on the front of that, so it's non-optional. We are using just a simple single bike carrier that you see right here, and works like a champ, and I just strap them right on, lock it down, that's it, nothing to it. 5 minutes, and that bike is off and out of the way and ready to roll, and that is what we're doing today. We're going to do some serious hardcore hunting with this thing, and we're going to take it, and we're going to go back about 3.5 miles from the truck down this road and access places that I'm hoping nobody else is going to be at. And then when we get there, we are going to start our actual hunt. We're going to start scouting. I have no idea where I'm going. You can see I'm sweating already. It's very hot. I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm going to basically walk down some trees, but the ability to get on this bike and head down here and to literally get 3-4 miles down there and away from where everybody else is a beautiful thing. Now this road is open, but there's literally right, you can see it starts to fade out right up there, right at the corner. You can't get through it. There's no driving a truck through there. You can't get through the holes that are there. Not even an option. So this gives me that beautiful factor of being able to get into those remote places without having to walk forever and ever. So beautiful setup right there. It is. Doesn't get a whole lot easier than that, but I do love a bike for these kind of things for both hog hunting and for deer hunting. But the deer hunting, this is my first time deer hunting from one with a tree stand set up, and the second time I've done it. The first time I did it the other day, I actually had all this just stacked up on here, and like I said, I didn't like it. So when I got home yesterday, I needed a solution. These clamps were my solution, and this is our second stop for today, and it's been very, very happy with it, and I like the way it rides, and I like the way it's on there. So it works phenomenal. I got zero complaints with this setup, and with these simple clamps, it doesn't matter if I'm using my my fly tree stand or if I'm using my Rubicon. Doesn't matter. As long as these clamps fit through there, I can just hook it and hang it right on there. It's just its own little shelf. One simple bungee cord around there to keep it from flopping around, and this one here is a little added weight holder to kind of keep that weight up, you know, so it's not just hanging on the clamps, just in case, you know, I don't know, but that was just a, you know, I had these, so it was a security purpose. So there you go, kind of, that's it right there. That is how it works and how we're running it. Hopefully you gain something from it, and thanks for watching.